I am Deep Patel from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. As you all know, we were discussing about the chapter number 6, that is the boiler. And this is the last lecture of this chapter. Okay. In our previous lecture, we have already discussed about the three boiler. First, Cochrane boiler. Second, Lancashire boiler, and third, Babcock and Wilcox boiler. In our last lecture, we have discussed about the boiler mountings like pressure gauge, water level indicator, feed check valve, steam stop valve, and the safety valve. Okay, and we said that the boiler mountings are used for the safe and secure operation of the boiler, and without boiler mountings any boiler cannot be operated. Okay, so boiler mountings are the most important parts of the boiler. Okay, now in this lecture I am going to discuss about the boiler accessories. Now, what is the difference between the boiler mountings and boiler accessories? So we know that without boiler mountings, we cannot operate the boiler. Okay, but without boiler accessories, we can operate the boiler. Generally, the boiler accessories are used to increase the efficiency of the boiler. Okay, so if we do not fit the accessories in the boiler, then boiler can run. But with the help of boiler accessories, we can increase the efficiency of the boiler. Okay, so in this lecture, we are going to discuss about our three boiler accessories. First, we will discuss about the economizer. Second, we will discuss about the superheater. And third, we will discuss about the air preheater. So first of all, let us discuss about the function of all these three. First of all, the economizer. Economizer is used to heat up the water before supplying it to the boiler. Second, the superheater is used to superheat the wet steam. And third is the air preheater, which is used to preheat the air before it supplying to the furnace. Okay, so let us discuss one by one all these three in detail. Okay, so our first component is the economizer. So first of all, what is the function of economizer? Economizer is used to heat up the water before supplying it to the boiler. Okay, so let us understand it. We know that we are going to supply the water from the feed check valve. Now during the winter season, what happens? The water will be comes from the lake. Okay, so from the lake we are going to provide the water with the help of pump and the feed check valve to the boiler. Okay, now if the atmospheric temperature is very low, then the water which is present in the atmosphere will be having very low temperature. And if we provide 5 or 6 degrees temperature water to the boiler, then what happens? We have to burning the more fuel to heat up that 5 or 6 degrees Celsius water. Okay, so if we heat up that water or that water which is present in the atmosphere by using the flue gases, then we can increase the temperature of the of that water. Okay, so if we increase the temperature up to 20 or 30 degrees Celsius, and if we provide this 20-30 degrees Celsius water to the boiler, then we have to use less fuel compared to the 5 or 6 degrees Celsius water. Okay, so with the help of economizer, we can preheat the water before supplying it to the boiler. Okay, so this is the simple figure of the economizer. You can see in this simple figure that there is a two header. First is the bottom header and second is the top header. Okay, there are vertical hollow pipes are connected with the bottom header and the top header. You can see there is one chute scrapers. Okay, what is the function of that chute scraper, that we will discuss. Okay, so first of all, let us understand the working what happens here. Water will be comes from the bottom header. Okay, and it will fill the vertical passages. Okay, so what happens? Water will be comes from the bottom header and it will fill the vertical passages. Okay, now the flue gases, which are the waste gases. Waste gases means, we know that in the Cochrane boiler we have discussed that the from the furnace the flue gases or the fire gases are generated. That fire gases will be supplies the heat to the water, and then that fire gases is collects in the smoke box. Okay, and after the smoke box it is goes to the chimney. So before entering the chimney, we are going to supply these flue gases to the economizer. Okay, so the remaining heat which is present into the flue gases can be used to heat up that water. Okay, so the waste gases can be used to heat up this water. Okay, so the from the bottom header the water will be coming, it will fill into the vertical passages. Now these waste gases will be flow from these vertical pipes. Okay, so it will heat up that vertical pipes, and the water which is present inside that vertical pipes will be heat up. Okay, and finally this heated water will be comes to the top header, and from the top header we are going to out that water, and we are going to supply that water to the feed check valve, and from the feed check valve it will be goes into the boiler. Okay, so we can increase the temperature of the water with the help of this economizer. Now what happens when the waste gases are flow above these vertical tubes, then the soot or the carbon particle which is present into the smoke will be stick with the vertical tubes. So to remove that carbon particle we are going to use this soot scrapers. Okay, so this is what all about the construction and working of the economizer. So all the description I have written here, that to increase the temperature of the water using the waste heat of the flue gases, we can use the economizer. It consists of the large number of the water pipe from the bottom pipe which is connected to the bottom pipe and the top header. Okay, now this vertical tube will gain the heat from the flue gases and the water will be heat up. Okay, so we can write that, so there is a heat exchange between the water and the hot flue gases, and the temperature of the water is increased, and this water can be supplied to the boiler with the help of the feed check valve. Okay. Now what are the advantages of the economizer? So we can write here, the fuel consumption inside the boiler is reduced, that we have already discussed. Second, it can increase the evaporation capacity of the boiler, so the large amount of steam is generated. Third, it reduces the thermal stresses of the boiler, so the boiler life is increased. So these are the advantages of the using the economizer. Okay, so here you can say that if we do not fit economizer, we can run the boiler. Okay, so it is not the necessary part of the boiler, but if we want to increase the life of the boiler, then we must have to use the economizer. So it is called the boiler accessory. Generally the accessory are not needed in the boiler, it is not the basic requirement of the boiler, it is just used for increasing the efficiency of the boiler. Okay, so this is what all about the economizer. Next we will discuss about the superheater. Okay, so first of all we know that when we are going to heat up the water, the steam is generated, and we know that from our basic knowledge of the properties of steam, we can say that the steam is of the three type. First is the wet steam, second is the dry steam, and third is the superheated steam. Okay, so when we are going to heat up the water, the first steam which is generated is the wet steam. Okay, now we cannot supply this wet steam to the turbine, because if we supply the wet steam to the turbine, then the wear and tear of the turbine blade is occurs. So it is not economical to provide the wet steam to the turbine. Okay. Now, so what we are going to do? We are going to heat up this wet steam, and after the heat up of this wet steam, it is converted into the superheated steam, and then we are going to provide this superheated steam to the turbine, that will rotate the turbine and it will produce the electricity. Okay, so let us discuss about the construction and working of the superheater. Okay, so here you can see there is three valve V1, valve V2 and valve V3. Okay, now valve V1 is directly attached with the steam stop valve. Here you can see. Okay, here you can see one horizontal boiler. Yellow color is the water level and the central portion in which the flue gases will be passed. Okay, now here you can see in the diagram that the above the water level there will be a steam is present, but the condition of steam is the wet. Now this wet steam is passed through the valve V1. It will move to the horizontal pipe and then it will move to the vertical pipe. Now in the vertical pipe what happens? The wet steam is circulated. Okay. Now that wet steam is gain the heat from the flue gases. Here from the black color arrow I have shown the flue gases. So you can see the flue gases will be traveled into the superheater. Okay. So what happens? this vertical tube will be makes contact with the flue gases. Okay, so that flue gases will gives the heat to the vertical tube, and from the vertical tube the wet steam will gain the heat. So ultimately the temperature of the wet steam will be rise. Okay, so finally the wet steam will be converted into the dry steam, and dry steam will convert into the superheating steam. Okay, now from the valve V2 we can get superheating steam to the steam stop valve, and finally from the steam stop valve we can move this superheated steam to the turbine, and with the rotation of turbine we can generate the electricity. Okay, so this is the simple use of the superheater. Okay, so here we can write, to increase the temperature of the steam above the saturation point, we are going to use this superheater. Okay, so the steam generated above the surface of the water is always wet, and when the valve V1 and V2 are open and valve V3 is closed, the steam is passed through the superheater. Okay, so superheater is used at the high temperature gas to convert the wet or dry steam into the superheater. Now, what are the advantages we can get from this superheater? So the first advantage is the steam consumption of the turbine or the engine is reduced. Second, erosion of the turbine blade is eliminated, that we have already discussed. And third, the efficiency of the steam power plant is increased. Okay, so these are the benefits we can get with the help of the superheater. Okay, so this is what all about the construction and working and the advantages of the superheater. Okay, now our third boiler accessory is the air preheater. Okay, so let us discuss the construction and working of the air preheater. Okay, so first of all, what is the function of air preheater? Air preheater is used to preheat the air before supplying it to the furnace. Okay, so we can increase the efficiency. Here you can see in the air preheater that the flue gases will comes from the upper side. Okay, here you can see, which is indicated by the red color arrow, that the flue gases will comes from the upper side. Okay, and it will moves from the bottom side. Okay, now this waste flue gases will be heat up the air. Now air will be enters from the downside, you can see here, which is indicated by the blue color arrow, that the air will be air inlet. From that passage the air will be comes into the air preheater. Now it will gain the heat from the waste flue gases. Okay, so the air will be preheat, and that preheated air will be goes to the air outlet passage, and finally we are going to supply this heated air to the furnace. Okay, so we can efficiently run the furnace. So this is the simple use of the air preheater. Okay, and here we are going to use the waste flue gases. Okay, so when we were discussing about the Cochrane boiler, we have already discussed that after giving the heat to the water, the flue gases will be comes into the smoke box. So the waste gases are collected in the smoke box. That waste gases we are going to use in this air preheater to preheat the air. Okay, and then after that, giving the heat to the air, that flue gases will be goes to the atmosphere through the chimney. Okay, so we are going to use that heat of the waste gases. Okay, so I have described all the things here, that it increase the temperature of the air before it supplied to the furnace using the heat from the waste flue gases. Okay, in the air preheater, the hot flue gases passes through the tube, and the air is passes in the upward direction around the tube in the opposite direction to the flow of the hot gases. So it can gain the heat from the flue gases, and finally the air will be heated, and this preheated air will be supplied to the furnace. Okay, now what are the advantages we can get from this? It is increase the combustion rate and the steam generation rate of the boiler. Second, the low grade fuel can be burned efficiently. And third, it reduces the fuel consumption, therefore the thermal efficiency of the boiler is increased. So ultimately, with the help of these accessories, we are going to increase the thermal efficiency of the boiler. Okay, so this is what all about the boiler accessories. Okay, so again I am repeating the difference between the boiler mountings and the boiler accessories. Boiler mountings are the very important part of the boiler, and without the boiler mounting we cannot run the boiler. Okay, but the boiler accessories are the components which are increase the boiler efficiency. Okay, if we do not fit into the boiler, then boiler can run. Okay, but with the help of this boiler accessory, we can increase the efficiency of the boiler. Okay, with the help of the economizer, superheater and the air preheater, we are going to increase the efficiency of the boiler. Okay, so this is what all about the sixth chapter. This is our last lecture, and in this lecture we have discussed about the boiler accessory, economizer, superheater and the air preheater. So this is the end of our lecture. Thank you for today.